I'm here to show you that you can eat really healthy while still keeping with good flavors and not having to, sacrifice on any of that. You'll find that it'll still be really yummy. So here I'm going to show you a calorie-conscious chicken curry. Usually it would be about 500 to 600 calories if you eat it outside, depending on how they've cooked it. But we're going to make it so that it's about 460 calories instead. I'm going to start by first making the ginger and garlic paste. Put them into your blender, an inch of ginger, and then all you want to do is blitz it up. Once that becomes a fairly fine paste, you can just put that into a bowl. This is what's going to make the food really flavorful. Now I'm going to blend the cashew paste. This is the little secret ingredient that actually makes the chicken curry creamy without the added use of santan. Nuts are really good for you. They're a healthy fat, so you don't have to worry so much about having a little bit of this in your diet. And then you just add in some water. So you'll blitz this up into a creamy paste. You'll find that that almost looks like a milk of some sort, and that is what will thicken up your curry without the use of the santan. Next, we're going to marinate the chicken. And then you want to add in a little bit of turmeric powder, a little bit of chili powder, a few pinches of salt, and a little bit of oil. Just get your hands in there, make sure you get it all over that chicken. And once you've mixed everything, you'll want to leave it in the fridge for at least 30 minutes to marinate, and then you'll use it later on. Now that your chicken has marinated, you can move on to the other steps. So first of all, heat up your pan, add in a bit of oil. I'm using olive oil because I find that it's a lot healthier for you. Now you wait till that heats up a bit. Once your oil is hot, then you'll want to put in your spices. 2 star anise, I've actually used 3 because these have broken up. 2 cinnamon sticks, 4 cloves, and 4 cardamom pods. And then you'll also want to add in 2 stalks of lemongrass, which you've bruised earlier. You can just hit it with a mortar and pestle, or you can just hit it with your knife. Add that in as well. And then you'll want about a handful of curry leaves. Then you'll just want to stir that around till it's fragrant. You want all of these spices to release their oils, and that way they become a lot more aromatic. Now the reason I like to use a lot of herbs and spices when I cook is that it adds a lot of flavor to your meals without the calorie count. So that's always a good thing. Next, you'll want to add in the ginger and garlic paste, which you made earlier, and then your onions that you've sliced. Now you just want to stir that up until it softens a bit. Once your onions have started to soften, you can then add in your tomatoes. Now, if you don't have fresh tomatoes on hand, you can always use canned tomatoes as well, the ones that are chopped up, and then you can just drain them. A lot of people are hesitant to use canned tomatoes, but you'll find that they're actually quite fresh because they are picked straight from the vine and then they're canned right away, which means that they're very ripe, and sometimes they're better to use depending on the situation. Once your tomatoes have started softening, then you can add your chicken in now. You'll also want to add your remaining spices. So I've got 2 tablespoons of curry powder here. I'm just going to shake in and put in some chili powder, and then you want to add in a bit more of turmeric. Now, turmeric is really great for brain health. You'll find that there are lower instances of brain diseases in India, and that's because they consume a lot of turmeric in their diet, in their curries. You want to wait till the outside of the chicken has browned slightly before adding in the water. Now, once most of the chicken has sealed on the outside, you can pour in some water. And you'll want to pour just enough so that it covers the chicken. You'll want to let it simmer for about 10 minutes or so, just until it thickens slightly. This has been simmering for about 10 minutes now, and you just need it to reduce a little bit from the amount of water that you initially put in. So when it looks a bit darker, that's when you know it's ready for the next step. So next, you can pour in the cashew paste, which you had blended earlier. This is what will give the curry its really nice, rich, thick consistency. A little bit of low-fat milk as well. This will give it just a little more creaminess as well. Then you'll add in a little bit of salt. And then you'll want to let it simmer for about 20 minutes or so, or until it hits the consistency you're looking for. Of course, if you prefer your curry a bit thicker, you can always leave it on a bit longer for about 5 to 10 minutes just to get that richer consistency. Now, some chicken curries have potatoes added to them, but I don't like to do this because it's a little carb heavy. I prefer to eat mine with brown rice instead because that adds a bit more fiber into my diet. Now, what you can do is just ladle it out onto your serving bowl. You might want to take out the spices. Some people don't actually want to bite into those pieces of cloves and star anise. I like to garnish my chicken curry with a bit of fresh cilantro. Cilantro is great for eliminating toxins from your body, and so it is really a wonderful fresh herb to use in your daily meals if possible. And there you go, a healthy chicken curry. Now for more healthy options, you can visit my website, Food Matters.